I'm fucking hungry. Okay, pigskin sugo, Garganelli. This one is gonna be a fucking banger, bro. You're probably wondering, what is Garganelli? What is pigskin sugo? Why pigskin sugo? Well, I promise you it's just pasta. It's easier than you think. So let me show you. You will need a good pasta dough to make good pasta, right? I'll link in the description a video where I make a pasta dough and I show you how to do that step by step. Hey, make sure you subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Thank you. Very underrated, very important step, rolling out your dough to fit the sheeter. If your dough is too thick, it could break the sheeter. If your dough is uneven, it can come out wonky and get caught in the sheeter. It's a shit show. The reality is there are a lot of problems that you can run into, and you can avoid them by taking your time and paying attention. Now we can throw this through our sheeter, so let's go. I'm using a KitchenAid, but you can use a hand crank pasta machine if you have one. Both are worth the money if you want to make pasta at home. They're relatively low entry and approachable for not only a home cook, but also a chef. Start with the thickest setting and work your way down to the thinner setting. Once you have the thickness you want, you're done, and it's go time. Now, we have our pasta rolled through the sheeter. I start by trimming it up. You can use a knife. A pizza cutter works really well too. I like to remove any ugly pieces and just square it off. The excess pasta can be used later in soups or with any leftover sauce the next day, once everything is trimmed up. We're going to use our bicicleta. For the sake of it looking really nice, we sacrifice all these edges. Now I'll come through with nice and even cuts, turning these into squares. So these are going to be the beginning of our shapes, and once I get them all cut out, I'll show you what's up. We're just about ready to shape. We're almost there. All I gotta do is grab my little gnocchi board over here. I'm using a damp towel to keep the board in place. I need it locked in while I'm doing this because... Oh, here's my cat. This is Ethel. Ethel loves pasta. She's a distraction and she needs to go. You gotta get down. Come on. Okay. So... Garganelli, she's beautiful. We love her. Garganelli is just a much better version of penne. I hate penne.
I'm just not a fan of penne. I'd rather eat Garganelli if I had the choice.
Pasta is all mental. It's something you just have to like put your head down and just finish, right? It's not done until you're done. And I'm hungry, so I want to be fucking done. As you can see, tons of pasta on the table. Now, we just have to dry it, and then we're going to boil the pasta, get the sauce hot, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all of the pasta is done. We are finished. And now, I just have to dry the pasta. If you don't dry the pasta, it can kind of like collapse right here in the middle when you cook it, and we don't want that. I put a lot of work into this. I want to make sure that I get to eat this and enjoy it the way that I want it to be eaten and enjoyed. So we don't want something like this. This is something Ethel jumped on, but this could very much happen while we're cooking it. So we want to take the time and, you know, really dry the pasta. So, yeah. Now, you're going to ask, oh, Bryan, like, how are we going to dry the pasta? We're going to dry the pasta with one of these. What the fuck is that? This is just a pasta drying rack. This is like a perforated tray that is made for drying pasta. And why this is good is because it has this lift on the bottom, which means air can circulate like all through the bottom to the top, and you get this evenly dried product. So this is really amazing, and this will definitely level up your pasta making game at home, at a restaurant, whatever. I recommend buying one of these. While the Garganelli's drying, I'll heat up my sauce. I made this beforehand, so when the pasta was ready, it was just a quick and easy pickup. This sauce can be interchanged with like any Sunday sauce or marinara, but if you want, you can go to my Substack and I have some you can use. Okay, we got our pot. We're just gonna fill it up with water. Always salt your pasta water. Damn, that's good. This is a quick cook time, maybe a minute and a half. We want them al dente, but not raw. The Garganelli can be slightly undercooked when they show up to the party with all the sauce. Because of all that pasta water we're adding in the pan, the residual heat, it'll cook everything through perfectly. Now we'll reduce the sauce slightly and we'll just thicken it up with some cheese once the heat is off. Okay, let's plate this up. I love food like this. It's so warm and it just feels like a big hug. It just feels good. And we like food that feels good. You know what I mean? I mean, look at that. Please, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much.